Hey bookkeepers, it's Trudi at Maven. If you've ever worked 2 jobs while being paid for one, pull up a chair. I'm going to tell you what happened to me that finally flipped the switch. I'm normally not much of a storyteller. I'm preferring to give out quick information, if you want this result, do this. But I'm going to share a story here because it came into my head when I was mentoring someone recently, and I thought it was important, okay? And this is about deciding when you've had enough. So this was about 25 years ago, exactly, actually, and I was a single mom, and my daily routine was wake up, get to work, head to my daughter's game afterwards, make dinner, do homework, put her to bed, drink about a gallon of wine, and repeat the entire loop the next day. I did this in zombie mode for a very long time. And then in January of 2001, we get a call that my dad had cancer. A lot of you have experienced that. And as the youngest only daughter in my family, the burden of emotional support for my mom fell on me. And I'm not complaining about that. That's the way it goes. But I lived 250 miles away, so that created a bit of a challenge. Now, literally the same week that we got that news, which I wasn't handling particularly well, actually, my bosses, these were 2 partners, asked me to manage a second department at our company. Now, why did they do that? Besides the fact that obviously I was a patsy, because I was reliable and because I said yes to everything. I was a people pleaser that had a mortgage and a mouth to feed. And I thought if I just kept proving myself that eventually the rewards would come, but they didn't. And let me clarify here, I was already running the entire accounting department. I was on salary. I was actually functioning as the controller, but without the title or the pay because my degree wasn't actually in accounting. And now they were asking me to run an entirely separate team in a completely unrelated field, which was the reservations department. And they weren't going to offer me any other compensation. And guess what? This is embarrassing. I said yes. I hate even hearing myself say this out loud. No raise, no promotion, no extra comp time, not even for my dad's funeral 3 months later. I got 3 days off for bereavement in another state. In the long run, I turned that department around, the second department, and I made it profitable. Still nothing, no change, no recognition, not even a thank you, not even a lunch. And it still actually makes my blood boil. And I still resent the hell out of those people. But ultimately, I allowed it. I was to blame, me and only me. I cannot carry anger at anyone else. I can just do differently. So those experiences became my wake-up call. And that was the moment I realized that I wasn't underqualified. I was just underrespected. And I wasn't going to wait for someone else to give me permission to build an actual normal life, get me out of zombie mode. Okay? And that was my real decision to ditch my 9-to-5. When your value outpaces your pay, when your contribution is exploited instead of rewarded, you've got to recognize that that's the moment it's time to go. Now, I didn't leave overnight. I was single parenting, and that would have been very high risk for me, but I started preparing right away. Okay, I started learning, I started building, and now I help bookkeepers do the same, strategically, confidently, and with systems that make their success probable, not just possible. If you've got that itch for something better, don't ignore it. Answer your gut and let me guide you. Hit subscribe, and let's get you out of your loop. We've got you covered, and we've got some really cool announcements coming up. At Maven, we help experienced bookkeepers make that decision, complete the transition, and then transcend beyond what you thought your ceiling would actually be. So follow my link, hit my website, make sure we have your email so you hear all of our exciting new stuff coming up. And next, realistic expectations. Are your business expectations aligned with reality? Let's find out. I'll see you there.